Zinzi Swa. That's my full name. And that name means being established, being grounded. It's also something that I take with pride, my name, because in life sometimes you get shaken, you get shaken by challenges. I follow after my name, like being grounded and being solid. Hi guys, hello everyone. My name is Zinzi Nogavu and Cape Town born, and I'm super excited and happy to have been invited to African Music Conversations with Joe Kunuji, the one and only. I'm a musician. I do African music. I studied at the UCT, University of Cape Town. African music. And back then, I didn't even know there was a genre named African music, or even a course that I could take and do professionally at a varsity level. I have always loved music, and when I started pursuing arts as a career, I enrolled at the New Africa Theatre Academy in Athlone, Cape Town, and that's where I discovered that actually I can sing. And it's because of the friends that I had back then who would ask, why are you not doing music? Why are you not singing? You must do this, you must take it, you sing beautiful and all that. And I was like, okay, maybe I should consider this. And so I did, and I met Dizuplakis. I can never talk about myself and African music without mentioning Bradi Dizuplakis. I met him 2010 towards the end, and spoke to him that I'm interested in joining, enrolling at UCT, doing African music or drama, and that's another story for another day. But then I ended up doing African music. And first year, I was a bit confused. I was like, no, I'm not sure this is what I want to do. And being a young girl born in Cape Town, in the city, in the urban areas, I was not really exposed to culture, African instruments. So many things. I only started to learn 2011 when I was doing my undergrad at UCT. And then I met my mentor. Throughout that confusion, first year, someone asked me, there's a lady, actually recommended a lady by the name of Ngabakazi Nukwana. She's a lecturer at Stellenbosch University, and she mentored me, and we started having sessions, we would meet, and I just shared with her that I'm actually confused. I'm not sure if this is the path I wanted to sing, but now I'm doing instruments. I'm learning this. Today I'm learning this instrument. Tomorrow I'm learning that one. And I just wanted to sing. But lucky enough, or by the grace of God, she was able to sit me down and say, listen, when you start something, make sure that you finish it. So you'd rather stay and just explore, see what is it that you really like and make it work and how you can make it work. I'm here, I studied that. And fortunate enough, she had studied African music, so I was mentored by someone who had walked the journey before, and I got a reaffirmation that I was actually at the right direction, on the right direction. And so I continued. I started having small gigs and all that, and I started getting more interested. The instruments, they started to draw so much of my attention. I started falling in love with Uhadi, the Xhosa musical bow. I started falling in love with Inyunga Nyunga from Mozambique, the Mbira and everything. And I actually felt grateful that I didn't drop out, or I didn't choose because I wanted to go for another course. I'm also grateful for Osis Ngabakazi for mentoring me and giving me direction, because by staying, I got to learn more about my culture and the beauty that Africa has when it comes to music. And you will find that in most cases, because many things, we grew up in a Western way, things got modernized and all that. And those things sometimes, they make us forget the beauty of Africa. Right? They make us forget how our mothers, our forefathers and our foremothers used to live, how they made music, how they lived, and there's so much beauty in that. So I was like, I'm grateful that I was able to do this course, because it helped me understand my culture better, and it gave me sort of a ground. Being a course, I was able to identify myself even better, you know. I'm a Christian, I love God and everything, but something that I stand for, I don't want to say I fight for, but I stand for, is that being a Christian, and sometimes I feel like as Christians, or many Christians, they kind of misjudge African music. You know? It's okay to learn more about your culture. You can be Christian, but you can still learn more about your culture, and you can still respect it. You can still honor it, because it's who God created you to be. You were made black, and with these beautiful languages, clicks and everything, the instruments and everything, it's part of who we are. And sometimes we as Christians, we tend to kind of like push that aside and just go for God. Country, there's no God without the way He created us. And that way it comes with the music, how we do things, the language and everything. So I am that Christian who is conscious of where I come from, and my identity as a Xhosa woman, as an African, and there's so much that I can learn still about other African cultures as well, Zambia, Mozambique, Nigeria. There's so much beauty out there in Africa, and I feel like we underrate or underestimate it, and it's my passion. I'm like, I'm Christian, I love God, and I love the way He created me, and I love the music that He has given to us, and I'm just up for it. I'll stand proudly for that. I think most challenging, or maybe I can say interesting, something that was really new to me and I had to learn over the years at UCT in the African Music Department, is the style of singing. The style of singing, the different styles of singing. Because I grew up, as I mentioned, my background as a Christian, so the first music genre that I was exposed to or introduced to was gospel. And so the approach is not really the same. We just sing normal, but then with African music, the authenticity and the realness of the voice, and without having to polish your vocals or anything, you just sing it as it is, as original as it is. And I remember one of the terms they would use, like, it's raw as it is. So I think for me, having to adapt and change to as a growing vocalist and a music student, it was that the style of singing. And with time, I started to adapt or grasp the technique, the style. And when I had it, I was like, I'm not letting go of it, because it is unique, it's different, it's beautiful, it's original, it's authentic, it's something that you don't find anywhere. And I think now that I am this performing artist that I am, it's what makes me different, because as original and as it can be, we are still different African musicians, different singers singing African music. So we are unique in our own ways, but there's just something special about the singing styles, especially of Xhosa, if I can say, umonbelo, and how you just have to just go for it, you know, and how our mothers would just go for it effortlessly. So I'm just in love with it. I think it was challenging, but also I fell in love with the style of singing, yes, and the techniques that come with that. Umonbelo, it's the Xhosa traditional style of singing. It's how we sing. It's how the women actually. It's a style of singing specifically for women, if I can put it that way. If I'm not sure if it's just for women, but I know in most cases it's women. But then it's the singing, the unique style of singing, in an African traditional style of singing. So, for instance, if I were to be singing a gospel song, I'd be going like, I know a place I can always run to in times of distress, confusion and fear, and all that. But now, when it comes to umonbelo, I would go like, when usekoli, uzothola into esibandayo, yo ha, iphelile imali yami. When usekoli, uzothola into esibandayo, yo ha, iphelile imali yami. When usekoli, uzothola into esibandayo, yo ha, iphelile imali yami. When usekoli, uzothola into esibandayo, yo ha, iphelile imali yami. You see? So obviously I'm sure you can tell the difference. You know, it's free, it's freer, and there's no qoqoshing of the voice. Like the tone and all that, you know, but trying to make things nice and beautiful. It's just as it is. So yeah. And so when Joe, this was new to me at some point. I was like, okay. But as I listened to the likes of Matosini, Brady, Mantombi, Matotiana, and working with them and other local artists from Cape Town, this is beautiful. And I wonder for the next generations if already now it's not so, it's rare to find, how much more for the upcoming generations. So hence, really, I was like, I'm taking it with me. It's my treasure. I'm going to keep it and find ways to make it work. That's when I remember when I was doing my final year, 2014 at UCT. By then, I was like, Lord, I'm seeing myself as an international performer. I see myself traveling the world. And that was inspired by the fact that our music, it's unique. It's something that you won't just find anywhere. And even in our country, still, you must go to certain places to find it. In the cities, it's rare to find. So now, it's so special that I would rather share it with the rest of the world. And if the country where I'm at, it's not maybe realizing or recognizing the importance of keeping it, preserving it. So I'm gonna go international because it's too special. I have to share it because also as an artist, you have to have that thing that is unique, that makes you outstand. And for me, doing African music, it made me outstand. It made me a unique artist. And I believe there's still a long way for me to go in terms of the sky is the limit. And what I'm going to use is what I've learned in African music and what I appreciate about it, how I can interpret it. I'm also not stuck up into just African music. No, this is what I'm doing. No, I'm open to other genres, other styles of singing, and also in terms of performance, I can do other songs and all that depending on the gig that I will get, you know. But I think I'm that artist as well who's open, and then I just find a way. It's a matter of finding a way how you can then incorporate the African music into any other genre. And my performances, when I do them, like my solo performances, then I make sure that I fuse, because I was born in the city, in this modern world and all that. So I have also, I'm not dissing or looking down on other genres or modern music and all that. So it's a matter of finding how to play, how to fuse. And I think it's important because it becomes more contemporary, and then you can communicate to different audiences. So far, I have traveled from 2014, right at the end of my final year. I was selected to go to Switzerland. That was my first tour, first time on a plane, first time traveling internationally. It was special. It was with Uprati as well, and with other 9 selected music students, African music students. And it was a special trip as well. And from there on, I've been to Amsterdam, I've been to the US, I've been to London, the UK, and so far, that is how far music has taken me, African music. And locally, I have performed at the Artscape Theatre, and from a young age, it has been my dream. It's taking me far, and I believe it's still going to take me to other international stages.